Hey there, principal and teacher friends. This is Bill MacDonald, the writing doctor, with May the Force be with you. The right prescription for editing, revising, and expository process of writing. With the new changes in the state of Texas for STAR, fourth grade now has one essay and 6 revising questions along with 12 editing. And if you look down here at the bottom of this calculation, the new STAR for editing and revising, 18 out of the 26 possible points are going to be on editing and revising, which is 69%. And if you look at the bottom for 7th grade, theirs is going to be 65%, because out of all the possible questions that they can get, 30 out of the possible 46 points in 7th grade are going to be on editing and revising. With that idea in mind, I've designed this binder for teachers that have students that are struggling in the reading and writing area. It's a 260-page full color binder to practice editing and revising, and I've called it lovingly an acronym Dear Doc, which stands for Daily Editing and Revising of Development, Organization, and Conventions. Basically, it's a revising editing practice for students needing band-aids and surgery. And of course, it's going to help kids that are on the sentence and word level, and also help those kids that are visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners. All I want to do on this video is just show you the table of contents and what you can get for your money. It starts off here with the thank you page, which of course was very important to me, but I want to zoom in quickly on the content information. If you are interested in getting more information about this binder, it's $50 per binder, and if you do a training with May the Force be with you, you'll get 5 binders, and you'll have a campus license to go ahead and do as many copies as you want, and you'll get a digital file on a USB so that you can make as many copies for your students and teachers as you like. So let's go to the contents page here for a second. The main 2 areas that I want you to notice are the editing section, which goes from pages 5 all the way to page 130, and that is basically set up with penmanship, the commonly misspelled words from many different schools that I've worked with already this year, isolated practice for capitalization, isolated practice for punctuation, and then lots of really cool activities to make sure that kids understand the concept of punctuation visually, auditorily, and kinesthetically as well. The biggest portion of the editing section of the binder goes from 50 to 87, and that's what you would call daily editing open-ended questions. It's sort of like what we used to call DOL in the old days, but instead of just being oral, they actually are going to have sentences that they have to fix mistakes on with CUPS, which stands for capitalization, usage, punctuation, and spelling. The second section there says daily editing single sentence multiple choice, which is basically STAR formatted multiple choice editing questions, but instead of whole paragraphs or even whole essays, all it is single passages. So I want to just take a moment to show some of those to you so you can see what that looks like. Here are some pages of open-ended. This one just happens to be on punctuation, where they have to read the sentence and then try to find punctuation mistakes. Each of the pages in the open-ended section are specifically one skill, such as punctuation or usage, spelling, or capitalization. When it gets to the other section, which is the multiple choice editing and revising, here's just one page. It's mixed questions, but in STAR format. As you can see, all the odd numbers are A, B, C, and D, and the even numbers are F, G, H, and J. That's the editing part, and that goes all the way up to about page 100. Let me check to make sure I don't want to lie to you here. All the way up to page 130, including the answer key for those questions. The next section I'll talk about will be the revising section.